Alrighty, guys. So it is 3:30. Time to wrap it up for the day. This full first trading day, second trading day of the year, January 5th. And we are just flopping around here, flopping around in the middle, not doing much of anything. So uh, this morning we started off range bound, not necessarily thinking any directional move on hand. Looking to sell strength, buy weakness. So far in the overnight, we were a little bit to the upside, and we ended up just trading straight up, to be honest with you, at the open. So we took out the 35s, we took out the 50s, and after 50s, we started thinking about the long side. But as you can tell, it just didn't go anywhere. They took it one level higher to 60s, and then just been going sideways ever since. So not much to do with that. There's nothing to really get too excited about. So I would just say we're stuck range bound, going sideways, going into the overnight. Um, I would say maybe keep a slight bias to the upside, given that we took out the 69.50s. But as you can tell, we are up here against the next level of resistance at the 60s, and this could well be the upper edge you're going to fail at. So we are right up here at the upper edges. Now, news for today, we had that the ISM manufacturing number came out. I don't see a reporting on it there, but tomorrow we don't have any new. Well, we have PMI composite coming out at 9:45 tomorrow, and that's about it there. So 9:45 PMI composite tomorrow. Otherwise, not much news to drive the market. So we'll see how the market feels. At least they're off the lows from last Friday. They were down here just flirting with the lows, 68, 70s, just absolutely trying to take this lower, and that has been reversed. So a little bit of strength going into today's trading at least. Let's see how that develops in the overnight. But I would start off range bound. I would look to sell strength against the 69.60s, buying weakness against that 69.45 to 50s and the 35s for rotations up. And if you trade below 35s, I'll probably start thinking about the short side. Still looking to buy against that 25s, the 69.10, 6900s, just a little bit less aggressive. Because I mean, if this is a failure trade or retest failure trade at the 60s, we can rotate back down into this lower range pretty quick. And if it's not, if this is the start of a little bit of strength, then we'll see them take out that 60. So if that happens, they take out the 60s and starts trading higher, we'll be in good shape to take this, move this higher. So well, I would stay on the long side at that point. Still looking for short setups against that 70s, the 80s up to the 90s, because they could all be levels which could hold for resistance. As you can tell, we're right about at the all-time highs, pretty not far from it. So it's not like we're selling off. Market is not in any sell-off mode, but it's not really rallying either. It's kind of just churning right now. So that's how we get started. No trades on the ES for me today. 4 trades on the Nasdaq, and I'm up $5. I took those trades earlier on. Here I was down a little bit, had a losing trade, and I made it back on a couple of trades. Here, I traded that to the channel. So a few scalps back and forth, and then basically we're back to $5. So I stopped trading at that point. Figured out, yeah, this is not going. It's just churning. So it's not much to be excited about in terms of the action on the market right now. So I would say range bound on the Nasdaq too. At this point, I would look to sell strength against the 2640s. Let me see, blow this up a little bit. So I would say against the there you go, against the 26, 25. Sorry, 25. 680s and the 730s for rotations back and down again. If you start trading above that level, these two areas of resistance, the 730s and the 780s, I would be back on the long side. But I mean, remember, these areas up here are met with pretty hard resistance. So I would look for short setups against that. I'm going to move it a little bit higher to that mode, so 700, so 25 700s, the 740s, the 790 to 800 for rotations down. And I would look to buy weakness. Probably, I had to look at this for a bit, but definitely against this 560 level. Probably down here around about the 450s. I'm going to readjust this guy. And down here at this level at the 400s. The trade below 400s, we are back on the short side again. So that's the Nasdaq. So a few trades there, but that's pretty much a break-even day. And I did get out of my bond trade, and it's so frustrating. This is the bond for you, you know. So I'm sitting in that trade, right? I have, you remember, I was in that trade at 14. I had to fade a couple of ticks of heat, and that's okay. So I had 2 ticks off on my entry. And I'm going sideways. Here I had the opportunity to scratch it. We talked about that in the last update. I had an opportunity to scratch it, and I didn't. And then they went back all the way back up here to the 16, so they were down 2 ticks again. And then when it came back down again, I was looking at it, it's like, okay, I'm not scratching this now. So I scratched it, and they slowly drifting lower down to the 10s. So I had my 4 tick target here at 10. Remember I said that? And there was these F single prints, and they took it right there. And you have an unfinished auction at 10, so I would have been filled as well. So there you go. I ran out of patience. A little bit more patience, I would have had a good trade there. But yeah, that's how it goes. Then again, the reason I just took myself out there is because I was off 2 ticks on the entry, and that's not great. You want to be a little bit, at least a tick off the edge max. If you're more than 1 tick off the edge, then you could always re-enter the trade at the edge at 16 if you want to, if they let you in there. But it's that trade-off. You had to take it when you had the shot. I had it once. I didn't take it. Second time, okay, I'm not going to be cute about it. And of course, that's the time they actually take it a couple of ticks lower there. So there you have it. It's the range bound trading on the bonds. As you can say, we're in the range from 14.28 to 15.16. So not even a point range right now. So it's a pretty tight range. So you had to be sitting there, be prepared to sit in a trade for a bit. So anyway, but I didn't lose any money. I mean, the worst what can happen is they sit there. You had 2 opportunities to scratch it, and then you end up getting stopped out because they burst up towards the end of the trading day. That would be even worse. That would be sucky. So. So you had to kind of make your decision and then live with it. That's how it goes. Typical trading style. All right, back to the ES, and we're still just churning at the midpoint at the mode here, not going anywhere. That's going back and forth. That's churning. So we'll leave it there for now, guys, and I'll see you back bright and early in the morning. We'll go at this again. Ready, guys, later.